Because if you've got any complaints, I want them up front. I don't want people talking about me behind my back.
Looks like I'm not the only one that can be rude.
Rude has got nothing to do with it. I want the facts so I know how to deal with them. Now, am I top dog or not?
You certainly are, lady. I like your style.
Well, what exactly do you want us to do?
We've been inclined to give the women the benefit of the doubt. I want that stopped. From now on, if someone's out of their allocated work area, put them on report.
But what if they're just going to
If
the
they've
toilet?
got a reasonable explanation, of course this doesn't apply. Now, I'm not doing this for the fun of it. I'm doing it for your safety. We've just taken 8 prisoners from Barnhurst, and for all we know, they could be the ones who started the riot.
That's true. You're getting to be a pain, Callie.
Big deal. I told you I didn't do it.
And I'm telling you, you've just blown your rec period. Now get out.
You gotta be joking.
Trying.
Wasn't staying anyhow. Was looking for Kath.
Is that it? Is that all you're going to do? Look, you know Daphne, I don't. Now, maybe she's telling the truth, maybe she isn't. But I'm not going to thump someone just because they've had an argument.
Well, it wouldn't have done at Barnhurst, dear.
No, I know. At Barnhurst, you would have ended up having a riot and killing people. Good people. Like B. Smith. Not here. All right?
Back to your dorms as soon as possible. Please get ready for a cell search.
What? Come on, why?
Just do it, please, Daisy. You don't seem to be too popular, dear.
What they're after.
I know, but I'm going to find
No
out.
talking. You all ready?
Yes.
Mrs. Barry, we'll start with this cell.
Right.
You can start on Patterson and Egberts. What's all this mess?
It's not mess, Governor.
What would you call it then?
Necessities, things I need.
You said yesterday she could keep them. Beecham can speak for herself. What do you need this for?
Oh, I might want to
And
swap it
this.
with somebody.
I would classify those as dangerous weapons.
Oh, no,
Now
they're
get
not,
this
Mrs.
junk back in the
Reynolds.
locker. Confiscate these items, Mrs. Barry.
Yes, of course. Come on, tidy it up.
Mrs. Reynolds,
Yes, what is it?
I think we should know what you're looking for.
You'll find out when I'm ready to tell you. I want you all to understand that I will not tolerate you having items in your cells which are there without the permission of an officer. There will be heavy penalties. Is that clear?
Yes, Mrs. Reynolds.
Good. Anything, Mr. Cruikshank?
Not yet, Mrs. Reynolds.
I want to see every available member of staff in my office as soon as the searches are complete.
Yes, Mrs. Reynolds.
Kelly, right?
Good morning, Miss Ferguson. And how are you today?
Quite well.
Reading already? Good. No double vision?
No.
St. Dismas. It's a new one on me. Funny names they had in those days, didn't they? Oh, I'm sorry. I hope I haven't offended you.
No, it was given to me by a friend. When will I be able to go home?
When I decide you can. We've still got a couple more tests we want to carry out.
But I feel fine.
Yes, but you'll feel a lot better after a couple of weeks' rest.
Couple of weeks. Doctor, I can't stay here that long. I've got things to sort out.
Now, calm down.
But, Doctor, you
No
don't...
buts. We've just put you through a very serious operation.
Look, I really feel all right. Can't you at least let me get out of bed? I mean, can't I walk around a bit?
Well, if you promise not to overexert yourself. I'm serious now. I want this operation to be successful.
Daffy, love, if you're really nice, you don't marry someone like Arnie Ballinger. He's the biggest bogey man in the world.
You'd know, wouldn't you? Do a few petty robberies and you're the expert on world crime.
Petty robberies. Listen, madam, I was the top cat burglar in the Eastern States, and
Of
don't
course you
forget.
were. Heard it all before, dear. Only rob the rich to pay the poor.
Correct, and the poor was me. Oh, yes, and your dear father, God rest his soul. He hadn't fenced for me. You wouldn't have had your fancy finishing school, so don't go la-di-da with me, madam. Must be a bit of a shock for her to be put in here. She's lived in a lap of luxury for years. Sorry, love?
Ruth Ballinger. Read about where her and her husband live. Big palace somewhere in the South American jungle.
Certainly sounds better than sharing a cell with you-know-who. The one that almost got me on a charge because of all that junk of hers.
Trying to be subtle, are we, dear? Forget it, May. It's not your style.
Cut the chatter and move it.
each of these items could be used to cause bodily harm. If not to you, then a prisoner. Now, how the hell did they get into the cells?
We can't watch everything, Mrs. Reynolds.
A lot of the things were brought in by the prisoners from Barnhurst.
They were searched, I presume, on arrival?
Yes?
Not very thoroughly, obviously. No. The prisoners are not fools. If they see an officer turn a blind eye to an offence, even a minor one, they're going to take that as a sign of weakness, and I cannot have my prisoners thinking my officers are weak.
We understand that, Mrs. Reynolds.
It's a question of following standard procedures. If someone breaks a rule, take appropriate action.
But it's not always as clear as that.
You can be fair but firm. The women must understand that we are running this prison, not them. And that applies to Desmond, too.
Well, with respect, don't you think we're in danger of throwing away something valuable?
Like what?
Well, prisoner cooperation.
I've seen very little of that during the last few weeks. Security and safety standards in this prison cannot depend on prisoner cooperation. And let me make one final thing clear. There is no place in this prison for an officer who cannot maintain the strictest discipline. I intend to tighten up security at all levels now, and I expect full cooperation from every one of my officers. That'll be all, thank you. Yes, Meg.
Oh, I just wanted to say that in theory, I think that everything
I'm not
you
talking about theory, Meg. I'm talking about action.
They sent me to pick up the laundry and stuff.
It's over there.
Sorry, I'm new. I haven't been up here.
It's over there waiting for you.
Sorry.
Do you get many of these searches here?
No, not really.
Well, it's not like Barnhurst then. Vera Bennett was in and out of our cells like the cuckoo in a Swiss clock.
What do you reckon it's all about?
I got no idea. Something fishy going on, though.
Reynolds has dumped you, that's what's going on. Not much point having a top dog the governor won't even talk to. What do you think, Collins?
Is that right? Won't she talk to you?
We had a bit of a run-in, that's all. It'll blow over in
Oh,
time.
don't bet on Jimmy's business this time, if you ask me.
I wasn't asking you, Callie.
She told you what caused the bust-up? You ever heard of the freak?
Who hasn't? Makes vinegar tits look like Mary Poppins, what we heard.
He tried to fix her, set her up. Nearly got away with it, too. She was sacked and everything.
What went wrong?
Top dog let someone get away with lagging on us.
Is that right?
If you want to hear the full story, I'll tell you. The point is, we tried.
Well, bad luck it didn't come off. Full marks for trying, though. I think I'd have done the same. But you've got a bit of a problem now.
Too right.
What are you going to do when the freak gets back?
I'm working on it.
You never guess who I saw down the tour? Oh, Mary from A Block. She was having a sly fag, full of gossip as usual. And I had to come back and feed Susie. Who's that with her?
Oh, is this your baby?
My God, it's you! It's all right. She's got my baby! She killed a baby at Barnhurst!
I didn't do that, I didn't.
Give it back to me! They shouldn't let you in here! She was going to kill Susie!
No, that's not true.
Get out! Get out of here! Get out!
What's going on? What's all this noise about?
She's a murderer! She was going to kill my Susie!
That's all wrong. I was just nursing her.
She killed that baby at Barnhurst!
Calm down, all of you.